Hey everyone. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a cycle of debt that just won't end? You make your payments every single month. You feel like you're doing everything right. But when you look at your statements, the balances barely seem to move. It's incredibly frustrating and it can make you feel like you're doing something wrong. But I want to tell you something important. Most people don't stay in debt because they're irresponsible. They stay in debt because they're using strategies that secretly slow them down. If you really want to get out of debt faster, it's not about working harder or earning more, although that helps. It's about using the right system. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple, realistic way you can start reducing your debt faster and finally regain control of your finances. So, why does debt feel so impossible to escape? It all comes down to one thing: interest. Interest is constantly working against you, especially on high interest debt like credit cards. Every single month you carry a balance, that interest is quietly growing in the background, adding to what you owe. Many people fall into the trap of only making minimum payments. But here is the problem with that. Minimum payments often just cover the interest and a tiny fraction of the actual debt. That's the primary reason why a debt can linger for years even when you're making consistent payments. The fastest way out of this cycle isn't some magic trick. It starts with fundamentally changing how you pay down your debt. This brings me to one of the most effective strategies out there, the debt avalanche method. Mathematically, it's the fastest way to become debt-free. Here's how it works in 3 simple steps. First, list out all of your debts, from student loans to credit cards to car payments. Beside each one, write down the interest rate. Second, you're going to continue making the minimum required payment on every single one of your debts. Don't miss any. And this is the third and most important step. You're going to take every single extra dollar you have and throw it at the one debt with the highest interest rate. You focus all your firepower there. Why is this so powerful? High interest debt is the most expensive. It costs you the most money over time. By aggressively paying it off first, you eliminate the biggest financial drain, which saves you a significant amount in interest payments. Once that high interest debt is completely gone, you take all the money you were paying towards it, the minimum payment, plus all that extra cash, and you roll it over to the debt with the next highest interest rate. You create a snowball of payments that gets bigger and bigger, knocking out your debts one by one. This method might not give you the quick emotional win of paying off a small debt first, but trust the math. It's the fastest path to zero. Now, here's a critical rule that can make or break your success. You have to stop creating new debt while you're repaying off the old debt. This is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck. They're making progress on one end but adding new purchases to their credit cards on the other. Your debt repayment plan only works if the total balance is consistently going down, not staying the same or increasing. This doesn't mean you have to put your life on hold and never have fun. It just means being more intentional with your spending. Maybe you limit using your credit cards for a while, or you plan ahead for major purchases instead of making them on impulse. These small adjustments can dramatically speed up your journey to being debt-free. The next step might actually surprise you, but it is absolutely essential for long-term success. Build a small emergency cushion. Think about it. What happens when an unexpected expense pops up, like a car repair or a dental emergency? If you don't have any savings, you're forced to put it on a credit card, and just like that, you're back in debt. You don't need a huge, fully funded emergency fund right away. Start small. Even having $500 or $1,000 set aside creates a buffer. It's a financial shield that protects you from setbacks and prevents new debt from replacing the old debt you've worked so hard to pay off. Freedom isn't just about eliminating debt. It's about building stability so you don't fall back into it. Finally, remember that progress beats perfection. Getting out of debt is a marathon, not a sprint. The people who succeed aren't the ones who make drastic, unsustainable changes for a month and then give up. They are the ones who stay consistent. They keep making those extra payments whenever they can. They adjust their spending when they need to. They stay focused on their long-term goal of financial stability. Small, steady progress will always lead to better and faster results than trying to be perfect and then burning out. Be patient with yourself and celebrate the small wins along the way. Every person's financial situation is unique, and the best strategy depends on your income, your goals, and the types of debt you have. If you're in Canada and you'd like some personalized guidance to review your debt, your financial protection, or your long-term plan, I invite you to click the link in the description to book a free financial clarity session with me. There's no obligation, just clear, helpful advice. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more simple, practical financial tips designed specifically for Canadians. Financial freedom doesn't usually start with one giant leap. It starts with having the right plan and taking that first small step. Thanks for watching.